Hi everyone, Leah here from EurekaCrystalBeads.com with another fun beading video for you. Before I get started, just a quick reminder to go check out the rest of our channel, and if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and notification bell and you'll always know when we're posting new content. Today's video is a really adorable purse fob, and the reason these are so much fun is that they're a great way to add a little bit of extra bling to your pocketbook that you can either have as a really fun sparkly contrast, or you can use the same colors that are in your bag's design. So you can do a lot of things with them. They're a lot of fun and they're really easy to make. So all I'm going to be using are some Swarovski crystal bicones. I have some beautiful colors in 8mm, that's light cyan, AB 2 times in 8mm. This is rose peach, AB 2 times in an 8mm, and then I have crystal AB in a 6mm just to taper it off at the top. I'm going to be using 2-inch long silver plated ball head pins. And we have these great new findings, which are these jumbo lobster claws. And these are really sturdy, which I really like. And they're nice and large, so you can clip them onto the sort of large rings that tend to be on the outsides of your pocketbooks. So let's get started here. What I'm gonna need for tools are our typical wire working tools. We have our chain nose pliers, which are flat inside and smooth and they taper to a point. We have our wire cutters and we have our round nose pliers. These are like 2 little ice cream cones and we use them for making our round shapes, like our loops. And we're gonna do a cool little design using these head pins that are going to sort of neatly joint this together. I'm gonna start at the bottom and I'm gonna start by putting on one of my crystals. And I'm going to do a basic wrapped loop at the top. Now we have many videos that will go over this in a lot more granular detail if you've never done a wrapped loop before, so I recommend checking them out because I'm going to go a little bit faster through this because this is going to be a little bit more about the rest of the design. But check out our channel. We have a lot of great videos on how to do this that's more broken down. So I'm going to grab my wire right above my crystal, bend my wire towards myself. Now something I'm going to make sure to do now when I make my loop is I'm going to make my loop very small. I'm going to use the very tip of my pliers, and you'll see why in a minute. So use the very tip. You're going to bring your wire around your pliers, shift your pliers forward out of the way so you can finish your loop, and make that loop super tiny. And the way that you can test whether it is tiny enough is you want to take one of your other ball head pins and stick it through the loop, and you don't want the ball to be able to come through. As you can see, it sticks there. That's important because that's how we're going to be jointing these together. So we're going to wrap this loop shut now. 2 to 3 wraps. Snip off your little tail of wire here with your cutter. Tuck in any sharp edges with your chain nose pliers. And if you're ever not sure which pair of pliers to use for this step, just remember we've made our round shape. We're done with our round pliers until the next time that we have to make a wrapped loop, or a loop in general. Nudge that little part in, and we end up with this adorable little wrapped loop. And again, same techniques that's used for a basic earring. So if you're new to making jewelry, this is another great way that you can take this technique and apply it to other forms of jewelry as well. Now what we're going to do is take our next head pin and we're going to slide it through the loop we just made and then slide on our next bicone. We're going to make this cool little branch design that's going to zigzag, and it'll be a little bit different than just having crystals dangling off of a chain. It's going to have a little bit more interest to it. Now we're just going to wrap a loop on top of this one as well. Remember, make that loop nice and small. And test it before you wrap it shut, because before it's wrapped shut, we can still adjust that loop. We can squeeze it down a little bit smaller if we need to. But this one's good. That's not going anywhere. We're going to grab that loop, just sandwich it flat in between your chain nose pliers. Wrap it shut and make sure it's nicely down and tight next to that crystal. Snip off our tail and tuck in the little bit that's left behind. You can see they sit at like a neat little angle here. So you're going to see this start to come together a little bit more as we add more of our crystals. You can see what happens. They create this cool little zigzag. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap the loop shut on top of this one, and I'm going to finish up the rest of my beads using the same technique, and I'll see you back in a minute with something that's almost finished. Okay, so I have my fun little purse fob almost completed. As you can see, you get this really beautiful sort of zigzag structure. And what I like about these is that it's not so huge that you're going to take attention away from the beautiful purse that you're carrying. You're really just accenting it. And I think it's a really neat way just to add a little bit of extra sparkle, either with a pop of color or to be alongside the same colors that are used in the bag itself. And something can be certainly lovely with your bag, but still be subtle in its color. So we're going to take our jumbo lobster claw here, and on this top loop I went ahead and made it much bigger because it needs to be able to slide through this large finding here. And now we're just going to wrap it shut. Again, give it a nice few wraps, 2 to 3. Cut that tail off and nudge it in with your chain nose pliers. And here we have it. Really beautiful little accent for your pocketbook. Really fun little purse fob. Okay folks, that wraps it up. Thanks for watching. Make sure to visit us on over at EurekaCrystalBeads.com for all the materials used in this video, as well as any of your other beading and jewelry needs. Bye.